Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so tired. Some of you know I have a 9 to 5 job on top of my reselling, and lately I'm having to work nights on top of my day job. I'm having to work my 7:30, 4:30, and then I'm having to get on and work 10 to about 1 a.m. Turn around and be up the next morning. So I'm getting too old for this. I'm just going to say that. I probably have about 2 weeks of working that schedule. So it is what it is. That is the life of an IT support person. So today I'm going to give you somewhat of a small haul. I don't know. It's probably about medium. It's a little more stuff than I remembered because it's been a few weeks. So go grab a drink, grab a little snack, pull your chair up, and let's get into this fabulous haul, okay? See you in a bit. Alrighty, let's see if we can get this recorded before the trash guy runs, before the dogs start barking, whatever interruptions may occur. So, some of y'all know I've told you I have done microblade recently. So I went in earlier this week for my touch-up. What do y'all think? So, I mean, they're going to fade a little bit, but she didn't have to do a ton of touch-ups because it took so well, which she was absolutely shocked that it took that well. So, anywho, highly recommend it. It really was not that bad of an experience. Yeah, there was a little bit of pain, but, overall, it wasn't that bad. So, anyway, I went recently. Well, I say recently. It's been over a month. Let's be honest. One of my favorite thrift stores was having a 50% off sale. Well, I read it as anything under $100 was 50% off. Anything over $100 was 20%. Well, it turns out if you spent $100, you got 50% off. But if you spent more than $100, you got an additional 20%. So I got 70% off, guys. If I would have known that, I probably would have loaded up more because I think you got another 30%. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, I didn't go the second weekend they offered it because I was like, I got enough. I got enough to deal with. So, as usual though, if you see anything in this haul video, be sure to reach out to me at bayoubellevantiques@gmail.com and we can talk about a price. But I was pretty excited at what I got. So, right off the bat, when I came in, I found this paperweight. Now, it's not signed, but it's kind of a cool paperweight. So, and again, like I said, I got 70% off, so I can pass off some good deals. Look at this one. Isn't that neat? It's like a heart. It's not signed, which I was super, super surprised about. And again, there was this one. It's not signed. Deliberate controlled bubbles in there with a bubble in the middle of that flower. So I snagged that one. I picked up this beautiful, isn't this gorgeous, stained glass cross, and your little candle would sit behind it. I just thought that was really, really pretty. So we snagged that. I also came across this. It is so cool, guys. You know, I have lived on the bayou for many a year, hence the title, Bayou Belle Antiques. But this kitschy ashtray, redware, was there, and surprisingly enough, the alligator wasn't broken. I was really surprised, so I did snag him. I also came across this little vintage, what do you call it? Clutch. Yeah, I think it's a little makeup deal. There's the little mirror in there, but I thought that was really cute. You know, I thought I would pair it up, you know, with like a compact or something like that. Also found this gal, and she is signed as well. So I don't normally pick up these guys, but I knew it was 50% off. Well, I didn't know it was going to be the 70% off, so I got a really good price on her. So just checking her over. I don't see any chips anywhere on her. So I also picked this up, and I'm thinking this is more of a like men's valet, like they would put their cufflinks, you know, in that middle part and stuff. So, and overall, I mean, it does have a little mark right here. I'm going to see if I can get that cleaned up. But overall, not in bad shape. I mean, there's a tiny bit of damage right here. But for what I paid, I thought it was a nice pickup to offer as a men's valet. I also got new old stock. Look, they've never been used, but they are napkin rings. So I thought those were neat. So I did pick those up. So the next thing I came across, I was super surprised over. I found this Villeroy and Bach items. So I got these guys. I got total of 4 egg cups, Villeroy and Bach. I found a creamer, and again, this all ended up being 70% off. I looked and looked and looked for the sugar, and I couldn't find it. I also got a teapot, and you know, at first when I looked at this stuff, I was thinking that it was the Port Marion, but it's Villeroy and Bach's interpretation of the Botanical pattern. So, I mean, if you collect Port Marion, this stuff would still mix in rather well. And then I got the coffee pot. And again, I normally, you know, if I had went in there on a normal day, unless I collected that, I would not have picked it up. But, again, I knew I was getting 50% off. But what I didn't know, like I told y'all, was it ended up being 70% off. So that was well worth picking up. So, all right, let me reset a little bit and show you the other things I got. Okay, a couple more things that I got was this little cello music box. It does work. Listen to that. We've only just begun. So I immediately was thinking about Nikki at Fatbird Finds because she plays the cello. So let me go move this because I don't want it playing. Okay. I'm not monetized, so really it could play, but you know, down the road, I don't know, it could be a problem. So I was thinking about reaching out to Nikki and see if she's interested in that. So the next item I got, Cheryl, you need to look away. You need to look away. This is they have pewter on here. They say it's Metzke pewter. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but look at this. It is a cat playing with a turtle. Have you ever? So there's the bottom. Here's what they say well, that's what they say it is. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But it's adorable. It's like a letter holder, ephemera letter holder. That is so freaking adorable. Cheryl's gonna lose her shit. Oh my god. I also found this little Japan frame. I have sold him before. It's not Peter Rabbit. It's a different Beatrix Potter, I think, is what that typically represented, but it is a Japan piece. So we got that. I also picked up this little baggie of vintage cookie cutters because I couldn't resist. There was that one. There was a cow. There was a turtle. A very happy turtle. Look at him, he's smiling. But the one that I thought was the funniest was this little monkey. I haven't come across these before, but I thought they would be cute in a little cookie cutter bundle. I also found this beautiful needlepoint purse. And again, it ended up being 70% off. Otherwise, I would not have touched it. So, because it had a hefty price on it. I'm gonna tell you right now, it had a hefty price. So, but with the discount, it was worth picking up. And I don't know if you can tell, but like the little kiss clasp, those are little faux pearls on it. And I don't think, let me see. I didn't see, yeah, there's not a tag in it. So I don't know. And I don't see like a name on it anywhere, but it's a nice one. Look like how it's got the embossing along there, the filigree work holding the pearls in. So it's a good purse. I don't know who the maker is though. It would have been nice if the maker would have been on it. I also came across this vintage silk scarf. It is an Oscar de la Renta, and it is silk. Isn't that pretty? And there's your brand again. I find a lot of really nice scarves up here for whatever reason in our thrift stores. And I have gotten to where I only like to pick them up if they're branded in some way. I picked this up because I thought it was funny. This is a vintage basil thermometer for determining ovulation. Look at that. Made in the USA. It is a vintage one. It was originally sold at Carl Baum Druggist for $4.65. I just like picking up unusual items, and they're both still in there, and the instructions are still in there as well. So I thought that was kind of cool. If you like vintage advertisement in your bathroom, which who doesn't? That's a pretty cool piece, I think. And again, like I mentioned before, if you see anything that you're interested in, be sure to reach out to me at bayoubellvintiques@gmail.com. I also picked up a whole baggie full of these place card holders. They're little music stands. So I have a big baggie full of them that I thought would be pretty cool, you know, if you have a child that is in the music classes. My youngest did quite a bit with music. She learned to play the viola, she played the clarinet, self-taught piano, and then she ended up being in show choir. All right, next I have are these Flower Garden cookie cutters by Aunt Chick, and I first researched this brand when I was at my mom's because I found the Christmas cookie cutters. So these are out of Tulsa, Oklahoma originally, and they're a fairly sought after brand. So it looks to me like they are all in here. You know, I'll have to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 8, yeah, they're all in here. So this is what they look like. So they're little, you know, flower garden type cookie cutters. So they do need a little bit of cleaning, but they're all in here. They look like they're all in good shape. So yeah, those are cute. So if anybody makes these cookies, I want some. You have to ship me some, okay? Because I like a good sugar cookie. All right, the next item I got before I show you the 1, 2, 3 mind-blowing purchases is this crocheted blanket, which, oh my God, I had to pick it up. So look at this. Look at this. Oh my, it is so hard to show. It is so hard to show. Look at that. look at all that work. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It is an amazing shape, guys. Amazing shape. If I did not have cats, I would keep it. But I have cats, and crochet work and cats just don't mix. I'm just gonna tell you, they don't mix. So, it will be getting listed. All right. Now, I'm gonna show you some jewelry that I picked up. Sadly, the jewelry was only 20% off. Made me very sad. So, anywho, Beth, you may want to look away. I'm just saying. Look at this donkey. He is sterling silver. Look at it. He is signed. He's an older one because that pin, that pin goes out quite a ways. But he is signed. Oh, he is so freaking cute. And then I also found this, it is stamped Italy. This, I'm looking for, yeah, I don't want to get stabbed. This micro mosaic, but look how big. I mean, this is the big one. This is about 2 inches. It's in amazing shape. And there you have your Made in Italy on the back. I love finding these pieces. So, last 2 items. I was shocked when I found this one. I found it just on a random shelf. It wasn't even in their locked cabinets, which really surprised me. This is what they call Natuski. I'm probably butchering that. This stuff is highly collectible, and he's in great shape. Now, this one is resin. They do come in bone. The bone ones are an issue to list. So whenever you list the Natuski, you have to make sure you're putting that it is resin. Otherwise, you're gonna get flagged for it. So, but he is fabulous. So, I got a really amazing deal on him. So, if you're a collector of that kind of stuff, you better reach out to me because these guys they sell. They're up there. The next item I got, guys, I was so excited. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, don't you hate it when you feel the sneeze coming on, but it doesn't come? But you're like, it's out there. It might come. Yeah. During Plays to Profit, when we went to this thrift store, I saw this item. Several of us saw this item, and we all passed on it because it just wasn't at a price point that we could do anything with it. It's beautiful, and it was still there, guys. This was like 2 months, almost 3 months later, it was still there. Look at this. This is a Murano perfume. Absolutely stunning. Still with its stopper. Now, the stopper, you have to finagle it a little bit because it does stick a little bit. But other than that, it is in amazing shape. So I was very excited to get it at 50% off, but I was even more excited to get it at 70% off. Because I had thought about this piece ever since I saw it the first time. And now I got it. I finally got it. So that is everything I got at the 50% off clear out sale at my favorite thrift. So let me know below what your favorite item was. Again, anything that you saw that you were interested in, be sure to reach out to me at BayouBelleBoutiques@gmail.com. Otherwise, keep an eye on my online stores. Some of this will come to that. Some goes to Etsy. Some goes to eBay. You never know where it's going to end up. But anyway, as usual, as I always say, give yourself some grace. Because you better be giving me some grace this week, because Lord knows, your girl is grumpy because your girl is tired. Give others grace because you don't know what other people are going through. It's so easy in today's world to pop off at someone. And I am just as guilty, but I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to remind myself, reach out, talk to that person. You know, there might be a reason that they're not being responsive to you, or they just may be an a-hole, or they may be going through something, you know, because let's be honest, there's a lot of shit going down right now, a lot. So with that, take care, and I'll catch y'all on the next haul, which I think is going to be the Ben's haul. That was a great one. So I will see y'all later. Bye now.